Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Entropia content. Boy, am I ever tired. I'm gonna try to record today, but holy, I worked my ass off yesterday and I'm so tired. I don't even know where I am. I think yesterday when I was trying to get to Rocktropia, my roommates were bugging me again, so I couldn't pay attention to where I was flying in space. Next thing I know, I was getting killed by aliens, and I ended up here. I don't even know where here is. I think it's at a mine or something. I've never heard of this place. Ah, here's another player. See what she's up to. Yeah, so this is pretty weird. It's called the mine, Howling Mine or something. I must have flown past it a million times, but never actually stopped to check it out. I don't know, what is it? An actual location where you can mine? How the hell do I get out of it? I was gonna hop in my ship and repair it and fly out of here, but I'm like, where the hell do I fly out? Maybe this giant circle here is the entrance, and you fly around that corner? This is pretty weird. If you wonder what I was working on, I was getting my weed processed yesterday and my freezer bags finally arrived, so I started putting some in it. Man, yeah, some of the weed definitely changed when it was in the jars. Not for the better, I think. But what can you do, right? I got it in as quick as I could. That's what she said. I don't know what the hell's going on in this mining place. Could they have designed a more confusing location? So I don't know, which way do I fly to get the hell out of here? Maybe there's a teleporter I can use to get the hell out of here? Oh well, let's repair my ship either way. Alright, so first, before we start flying in space, I'll just give you guys a quick update. Or maybe let's fly in space first. So that way we can watch the game go. Or I guess we can't if I'm giving you the update. Oh, fuck you, man. You piece of shit. Alright, we'll be checking this out. God, someone in Entropia needs to fix the controls. Here I equipped the fucking the repair tool, clicked repair. What did it do? It picked up the fucking vehicle. Like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with the game. Why did you program it like that? It's like, come on, get your eyes off my and start fucking fixing the game. Now, I'm a little bit happier today than I was yesterday. I got lots of good news yesterday, so it was like a series of bad news for quite a while, so it was kind of nice to get some good news for a change. Good news is my friend Tommy Tallarico, president of that new video game company and television, well, really old company that he's trying to revive. Anyways, he did a show appearance on Electric Playground with Vic. And they discussed why they got into fights before, why Tommy's been acting so weird. It was nice. Now, he was going on about how he has to act different because being the president of a company, he can't be like his old self. Oh, you fucking son of a bitch. Trying to fucking repair the vehicle. Will it? No. Just either picks it up or gets in. Thanks, Mindark. Fucking dumbasses. Alright, so no, I was trying to be happier, but man, this game really pisses me off. It's like I can't stand what gets me with the controls. I love the original controls. Those are my favorite controls out of any game. Now we have to deal with fucking horse shit every day. Oh my god, I hit the fucking R repair button and it keeps getting in the vehicle. Has anyone noticed this god awful fucking problem? Like, oh my god, who designed the fucking controls? Someone on fucking crack? Like, Jesus Christ. Even if you're on crack, I'd say you can't be that stupid. Holy. So I literally can't use the auto repair feature. I have to fucking keep hitting repair manually. It's fucking morons. So that's just the one thing I always tell my brother. A lot of times he does the same thing. Is he'll fix something that isn't broken. I'm like, if the controls weren't broken, why the hell did you try to fix them? They were already the best fucking controls in the game. The only way you could change them is to get worse. And it did. Much, much worse. Now let's get the fucking hell out of this mine before I smash something. And I had such good news and I was so optimistic until I started playing this fucking game again. Jesus. Now I went like working my ass. Oh look, now I can see where to get out of the mine. Well designed, Mind Arc. Make it so you can't even see where to fly out of the fucking station. Though it does look kind of cool. That's, I think me and McCormick would probably have a great interview. We'd definitely have a lot we could relate on. What we hate about Binder. But I guess the only way we differ is I still love the game. He can't stand it. Well, I guess he still likes it to some degree if he's always talking about it. Oh my god, I died right next to the fucking station. Like Rocktropia station. They put me all the way back in this fucking mine. You sons of bitches. Oh my god, I died like right here. And where did they put me? They put me in the fucking mine over here. Fucking pricks, man. Making me waste oil. I can't believe fucking aliens got me too. I didn't even fly through any areas with aliens, like one of these blue squares. So why the fuck did I get destroyed by aliens? Fucking extraterrestrials. Alright, so let's get back to some good news. Away from this fucking nightmare of a game. It's ruining my life. Alright, so the good news is I was shrink wrapping and I managed to process, what was it? I think it came to just a hair under 2 pounds from 2 plants. I still got 2 more to go, but I just picked one of them. The other one's still in the greenhouse because they're a little bit on the small side. I don't know, when they budded, I noticed my plants, they budded at 2 different times. Like, even though it was all the same strain, apparently. So I guess that can happen sometimes. Sometimes a plant will go into bud late, and then you have to deal with it being late. Yeah, see what I did is each bag basically has a little bit over 2 ounces in it. Top row is the sativa, bottom row indica. And that pillow says we're all high here. I think it's a play on the, I don't know, what is it? Alice in Wonderland or something? Yeah, so that's that news. What else do I got? Come on, you piece of shit. It was supposed to bring up this fucking menu, but did it? No. It's fucking horse shit. Goes to the desktop. Alright, so anyways. Yeah, everything is starting to bug me again today. It was funny, yesterday I was having such a good day when I stayed the hell away from technology. I think that's what it is. With this lockdown, we're just using technology so much. It's the only thing we interact with, and it really gets on your fucking nerves. At least when I communicate with other people, it's like I have to be nice to them. I can't just keep bitching and fucking yelling. Well, yesterday I did, but yeah, it was pretty shit. Alright, so anyways, let's see. Weight-wise, I almost made it under the 200 mark. I'm surprised that it wants me to get under 144 or 194 in order to be normal. It's like, dear God, I don't know if you see my vlogging video, but I'm already starting to look like a skeleton. So it's like, what the fuck? Do I really have to lose that much just to reach the normal mark? Like, it's saying I can go 144 before I'm underweight. Can you imagine 6'2", 144 pounds? I don't think I'm going that low. I'm gonna go like, what did I say? I was gonna try 165? 165 seems more reasonable. Alright, let's check out the trends. Yeah, you can see it hasn't been all fun and games, right? Like, I really should have started this when I was fucking 220. I can't believe I lost the weight and then started it. That was stupid. I really could have had a good fucking grade going, but oh well, live and learn. So that's the thing, guys. I think when you're doing a weight loss video series, don't be too embarrassed to start off in a bad position. Because actually, the worse off you start, the better it's going to look when you reach your goal. Now it only looks like I lost 10 pounds, but really it's fucking 20. Alright, so yeah, let's check out the muscle mass. That's what I'm more concerned about. Have I been losing? Fuck you, you son of a whore. There's no fucking way. Right, I don't even believe this muscle mass scale, because my muscles have been just growing and growing and growing for October. And what does it say? That they've been fucking dropping and dropping and dropping. And I can guarantee it's not fucking true. You son of a fuck. Right, I gotta get the hell away from technology, man. It's just gonna fucking give me an ulcer. Like a piece of goddamn shit. Oh man. Stupid scale, stupid garbage. Now the one irritating thing is after I vacuum sealed the bags, I left them on the couch before I put them in the freezer. Guess what happened? Like half of them broke the fucking seals, and then now I have to fucking freeze wrap them. But I was so tired last night, I'm like, fuck it. All that work I did to shrink wrap them, I'm just gonna fucking leave it. If it wants to be pieces of shit, I'll fucking bake with that weed. I won't even smoke it. It can go fuck itself. Oh boy. No, I had so much good shit going. Why did I get myself in a fucking rut again? Because of this fucking technology, man. Oh, it's gonna kill me. Now I'm really hoping that the lockdown situation improves soon. Like I really need to go and start socializing with other people, or else I'm gonna start smashing stuff. I can't believe the World Health Organization is telling us not to lock down, and still our government is. Yeah, it was a weird thing. Remember how it was a couple episodes ago, it's like, oh, don't worry, I checked out that leak from the government. COVID-21 was just like a movie virus or whatever. So I was like, okay, that means that the fucking internment camps and all that shit is fucking just a fictional thing too. But then no, I was watching Rebel Media's coverage of the presidential election last night. Guess what happened? Oh, okay, good. I really wish it wouldn't ask me that every time. It's like, yeah, I said no once. Can you fuck off? Man, it must be what women have to deal with dealing with men, right? We keep asking over and over and over again. It's like, just shut up. Right, 37,981. Let's roll. 37,996. Alright, I would talk about something other than politics, but I have like no life other than what I watched on TV yesterday, so got no choice really. No, but anyways, yeah, I was watching the presidential election, and Rebel Media, at the end of the election coverage, they not only proved that Justin Trudeau was lying when he said there was no internment facilities, because we already have like 12 of them open, and they already have people in them. So I was like, what the fuck? Here they're going on that it was just like a rumor or a myth that they're not building camps to put people in. And then I found out what it is they're putting these camps, well, so far I think they're mainly hotels, so that's why they're not really calling it internment camps. But anyways, it's a hotel designated to people with COVID, and it's also for when people travel. So it's like if you travel to Canada, they're going to start putting you in these internment camps. until your isolation is over, because they're saying people aren't listening to the isolation rules when they get off the planes. So I was like, holy fuck, I didn't know that, eh? Did anyone realize if you travel to Canada, you get put in internment camps full of fucking COVID patients? It's like, dear God, that'd be a fucking nightmare. So I was like, holy shit. Here Justin Trudeau's like, oh, don't worry, there's no internment camps. Yeah, there already is. And then the other thing too is Rebel Media was covering that they said they're to deal with COVID and other situations, and they're under 24-hour armed guards. I was like, holy fuck, right? Like, that's pretty intense. And then what Rebel Media was asking was, what's the other situation, right? It's like, if it's COVID and something else, what's the other something else? It really just bugs me a little bit, because I've always had recurring nightmares about being stuck in internment camps for like the past 12 years. Or since since September 11th. So when was that? 2001? So yeah, it's like 20 years of fucking dreams. Well, 19 or whatever. And anyways, yeah, so I'm a little bit paranoid to get put in one of those, especially now that I know they exist. Now then, they gave a list of like other cities that they're trying to build them in, and I was like, holy fuck. So our government is literally taking our tax money to fucking imprison us in internment camps. It's like, it's like, I don't know if you've read the history of internment camps, but usually they kind of turn bad. It could be the first case ever. There's nothing to worry about, that there actually are good for people. I kind of doubt it. But at least it isn't as bad as what the US is going through. Holy shit, guys. Like, I had no idea. This is the first time I ever heard Biden speak. I was like, oh, but compared to Trump, it's like, man, both candidates are gonna fuck you guys. I can't believe it. You literally have no choice. You're picking between fucking Dumb and Dumber, right? Not to make fun of their intelligence, I'm thinking of their plans, really. Like, Trump's plans and Biden's plans, I say, were equally as bad, just the opposite end of each worst plan ever. Yeah, did you hear Trump when he was talking about the vaccine? That was crazy. He said that he's putting in, what, Operation Warp Speed, where the military is gonna fucking administer the vaccine by force and make sure that anyone refuses has the military to fucking deal with. Operation Warp Speed. I was like, holy fuck, no one even wants this vaccine. It's a 99% fucking recovery rate, which even Trump talked about. He's like, oh yeah, it's easy to recover. He's like 99.9999 recovery now in the States. I don't know where they keep coming up with these death toll projections. It's like, dear God, if 99.9% of people are recovering, why the hell do you keep saying hundreds of thousands are gonna die? And then Biden, he starts blaming Trump for everything that's happening in the US. I'm like, hello, Trump has been trying to fire Fauci because he's the one in fucking charge of it. Are you a fucking idiot, Biden? Or is he just like saying shit to be annoying? It's like, what was his saying too? He kept, come on, come on. That's all he says over and over. It's like, can you imagine if we send him to China to talk to North Korea? He might actually resolve it. He'd just be like, come on, come on. No, I can see where they're talking about Biden being senile and stuff. He's got the same issue I do, where he has no short-term memory. So it's like, if he gets sidetracked at all, he can't remember shit of what he was talking about. Yeah, send him to negotiate stuff. That'd be hilarious. Other countries would just so take advantage of him. Oh yeah, then Biden's completely fucking fell into the green cult, where he even admitted that his plan is to stop the US from producing natural gas and oil and all this. He's gonna phase everyone into solar panels. Or fucking, what is it, wind turbines? What Rebel Media called it, unreliable energy. Oh, and to get rid of coal. You know, Rebel Media was pretty good. I didn't even know this, but did you know that when you smelt metal, like mining metals, you literally can't do it without coal? Because they said nothing else can burn hot enough to melt it. So it's like, you can use all the natural gas, all the solar, all the electric, doesn't matter. You can't even fucking make steel. So if you can't make steel, how the hell are you going to build all these fucking wind turbines, right? Yeah, so many ass backward plans. I was like watching, I'm like, dear God, if I lived in the US, I'd actually be fucking envious of fucking Trudeau too. Trudeau is better than those options. You gotta give him that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Trudeau's not gonna force everyone to take these experimental injections. But yeah, did you hear about the person that died in the vaccine trial yesterday? I think it was one of the ones in Brazil. I think it was the vaccine company that Trump's talking about making everyone take. Forcing the military to administer it. That's fucking hilarious, man. Oh. No, but anyways, rest in peace to the guy who died. Very young, healthy guy. Gets the fucking injection, dies. And they're like, oh, don't worry, it wasn't the fucking COVID vaccine we gave him. We were giving him experimental meningitis ones. Or no, a meningitis placebo one. That's what they said. And they're like, oh, don't worry, it's like the meningitis vaccine is already known to kill people, so it's nothing normal or unnormal. I was like, dear God, man, you just killed the guy. You're saying it's not even unnormal and they didn't stop the trial or anything. I was like, oh yeah, then it was funny too in the article, they put that he died from COVID. It was like they said the government recorded his death as a COVID death. So I was like, well, what was it? Did the meningitis kill him or was it COVID? Man, the whole world has gone so Twilight Zone. It's kind of funny in a way. I shouldn't be laughing, people are dying, but it's how I deal with stress. Alright, so let's get to some more video game news. Is my ship not even flying? Oh my God, here I'm waiting to get to the fucking planet. Alright, first thing, if I was Mindark president, I would fix space. So when you fly to a fucking planet, there's no dead space, you can't fly here. It's like, what the fuck? I'm aiming myself at a planet, there's nothing stopping me. Like, why the fuck did you design it like that? I really gotta, like, stop playing the game. It's gonna give me a fucking ulcer. Ah, now my ship has turned fucking sideways. Horse shit. Horse shit for breakfast. Oh God, what a nightmare. How much oil did I just waste fucking sitting there waiting for my ship to get somewhere? Man, I just want to smash this fucking computer. Alright, try to cheer up. Alright, so what was the video game news? I got my mind off of it. Oh yeah, I was working on my NVIDIA Shield. So what I did is I got a USB-C cord with male-to-male ends on both ends so that I could, yeah, get your mind out of the gutter. Oh, that's not the gutter I wanted to go into. Anyways, yeah, so I tried plugging into my computer, tried plugging into the Shield, and picked to transfer the files over. First, it said it was going to take 7 hours, the estimate. I came back to check, and said 12 hours. Then I came back to check like an hour later, and it had crashed. I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I let it go for hours, and it crashed. All I'm trying to do is fucking transfer files. And I think what it is the Shield will go into sleep mode if you don't touch it for a while. And once it goes into sleep mode, I guess it can't transfer files, so it was fucked. And not in a good way. So then I'm like, alright, I guess I gotta fucking manually transfer the files one by one to see which ones it failed at and which it didn't. Yeah, so I worked on that for a while, and when I was trying to transfer the files, they just stopped transferring. I clicked drag, it would come up with a window saying it was going to transfer the files. It would be at 0% for like 3 minutes and then just crash. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. NVIDIA Shield, it's broken, so I can't transfer files over my network. I had to buy this stupid fucking cord. Oh yeah, and the cord was 6 feet too short. I bought was like a 12-foot cord to go like an 8-foot distance. It doesn't fucking reach. So I had to move all my furniture, all my network cables to try to squeeze everything closer together because it still has to be hooked up to the TV and reach the computer. Yeah, so then I fucking managed to do that, use the fucking USB cord, and it still wouldn't fucking transfer. So you know what I did? I tried unplugging the cord and plugging it back in, it worked. I was like, oh fuck. here I was reading all these forums, how to fix the problem, everyone's saying they got it, and I was like, all you guys had to do, well, I don't know, in their situations, maybe it was different. Yeah, but I unplugged it, plugged it back in, boom, good to go. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't want to make a whole episode flying in fucking space. You maybe message Mindark and say, Mindark, could you fucking fix space? Like, really? This dead space zone right in the fucking front of the planet? Oh, it's so retarded. Oh, I shouldn't say the R word. That's mean. Yeah. I mean retarded in a good way. Oh man. Yeah, so that was all the good news. Now what I did is finally transferred all the files over manually and went to use it on the Shield. And now all the fucking programs have all the menus set back to the defaults. And it took me weeks or even months to figure out how to set all the options so it worked properly. So I'm like, fuck, now I gotta do all of that all over again. So I got a lot of work to do on that, and it's a nice day today, and I'm so fucking tired from fucking working all night last night. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the vlog, the outdoor one. I was like, oh, I was so looking forward to the first day of nice weather, and now I'm fucking too tired to do it. It really sucks. Oh well, I gotta try to find something to be positive. Oh yeah, the other video game news. Tommy got back together and did an episode of reviews on the run, sort of, with Vic live. They actually reviewed a game again. They said the first game they reviewed in 12 years. And then they started to chat about why they had sort of like gone their separate ways or were fighting. Or yeah, people I guess have been asking what they've been fighting about, and I think even for them, I know this has happened to me and some of my friends before. It's like you've been fighting so long, you can't even remember what it was that you started fighting about, right? And I guess that wasn't really like bad fighting, but they had just sort of like gone their separate ways sort of thing. And then yeah, Vic was being honest, I think, and he was like, yeah man, like what happened is oh yeah, first Tommy, he's like, yeah, I don't remember what happened. He's like, was there something bad? He's like, I don't really think there was. And then Victor Lucas was like, actually, yeah, Tommy, there was some reason why we went our separate ways, and I remember what it was. So he started telling everyone, and he's like, yeah, what happened is Tommy started doing more than one project at once. And he said when he first hired Tommy, he was like exclusively him and Vic working on the show, and he could dedicate all of his time to it. But he said once he started doing the video games live thing, then all of a sudden that changed. So Victor was really upset because he would hire all these film crews, get everything ready, and then Tommy was always on the phone organizing stuff with Video Games Live, and he could never give his full attention to the show anymore. So I think that's why Victor was saying that he was so upset with Tommy. And I can see that actually happen. I don't know if you guys remember previous episodes. I'm a bit of a workaholic too. And same thing, I started juggling more than one job at the same time, and then both jobs got pissed. Because like, man, you're not fucking as good as you used to be, because now we only got half your attention. Oh man, seeing this ship on a fucking angle like this is really annoying me. And it just won't fucking correct. Oh well. It wants to be horse shit, it can fucking eat horse shit all day, I don't care. Yeah, so they fucking, I'm pretty sure they managed to make up by the end of it, because like, yeah, even Victor was saying that after Tommy left, his show just started fucking going into disaster mode, like plummeting. He tried to get other people to replace him, but you could tell like those two were like Cheech and Chong, peanut butter and jam. It's like, sure, they're okay on their own, but they're just so much better together, right? So yeah, that's what they were talking about. I was like, holy fuck, man, we actually found out like 12 years later what happened to the best combo on television. I don't know, a lot of you guys are probably too young to have, or maybe some older viewers watching this. I always think of my other game, Clone Evolution. Yeah, and even Clone Evolution has got some older players. I started talking about the Sega Master System, and people are like, oh yeah, I played that. I was like, really? It's like, how old are you? Back in my day, we used to buy drugs from games. Yeah, I'm so tired I can't even remember my own sayings. No, now we just buy them from the government or grow 2 pounds. But yeah, so it was wild. And then they reviewed a game together. Oh yeah, and then Tommy, he's like, don't worry guys, he's like, he hasn't changed as a person, he's just changing his persona to be a president of a company, especially one that's like marketing shit to kids. He had to like drastically change his personality and can't be talking about hookers all the time and naked contortionists. Yeah, but I miss the old Tommy. It was so nice to see him back. I'm like, oh, thank God. It's like right after he came back into his like original Tommy, the fucking cool partying Tommy. Well, I don't know about partying, but wild sex maniac party. But yeah, it was good to see him back. I was like, man, that's who I fucking idolized my whole life. I thought he was dead and veganism had killed him. Well, his personality anyways. Now, sometimes like veganism does like drastically change people's personalities, so I was like, it was good to see that Tommy still has the original in him. Maybe he is sneaking in a bit of meat every now and then. Yeah, so I went from like hating on the Amico and thinking that Tommy was just really not keeping gamers' best interest at heart because he had completely changed into a new person. But yeah, when he reviewed that game, I forget what game they were reviewing, some Vin Diesel racing game. Was it Fast and the Furious series? I've never watched those movies, so it was a little bit hard to follow. But what they were saying too is, Tommy was like, hey man, like sure, this game has fucking amazing graphics, all the best actors they hired for the cast did the voiceovers, but he's like, you pick it up and the controls suck, and it's only a 4-hour long game start to finish, so it's like, is that really a game? It's like, man, that's more like just a interactive movie or whatever. And then, oh yeah, and then the other thing too, he's like, what was it? That. No, so he was saying he didn't want to bash the game too much because he really likes Vin Diesel, but he was like, man, it's like they're losing the fun factor in games. Like that in the old days, having good controls and being fun to play was the main thing. So I was like, all right, so maybe he's actually still got those core values that I wanted to see in the Amico. And after watching the Amico games, like they showed 30 of them, I think there's 2 that I think are playable. So I was like, it's not all bad. It's like there is 2 good games here. I shouldn't be fucking hating on it. Tommy, the old Tommy, still exists. He hasn't all died from eating plants. I was watching Joe Rogan's show yesterday, and he had another one of those guys on that's like a carnivore scientist. He's like, oh yeah, you can get everything you need from meat. You can get everything. I'm like, you fucking Joe, like how are you listening to these fucking carnivore? They're as bad as the vegans, going on and on about how they have the perfect diet from being some fucking crazy lunatic. It's like cutting out like almost 90% of the food groups because they're only gonna eat one. Now some of the stuff he was saying was like total bullshit. Like he's like, go into the jungle and what makes meat superior is that you can eat any animal you find and none of it will be toxic. I'm like, boom, right off the bat, I know that's not true. There's tons of different animals you can't eat. You can't eat scavengers. You eat one of those, you'll get fucking loaded with parasites. Can't eat fucking, different fish creatures, because a lot of them are actually fucking poisonous. So I don't know, Joe's like, oh yeah, this is so true, because he wants to keep fucking eating meat all the time, right? He'll listen to any of it. And then the guy's argument was, if you go into the jungle and you find plants, like half of them are poisonous and will kill you. I'm like, it's the same thing for fucking meat. You lying son of a bitch. Like maybe he actually believes it. He's gone so delusional from eating just meat. And it's funny too, this scientist guy that's eating just meat, he goes on and on with technical terms. Makes him sound like a fucking genius or Einstein. But I was thinking, yeah, he did sound like Einstein. He's just repeating shit and has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Because like, I know lots of people tried the vegan or the meat carnivore diet. Well, actually I know one crazy, well no, he's not crazy. He's actually, he likes to test theories to make sure it's true. So it's like, nah, it's not really crazy. So anyways, yeah, this guy, he first moved out, he's like, my parents have been forcing me to eat vegetables. I'm never eating vegetables ever again, or fruits. He's like, he's just gonna survive off roast and ham and bacon and stuff. I was like, man, you're gonna get fucking scurvy, right? Everyone's telling them you're gonna get scurvy. It's like, this is the most common thing. It's happened for all of human history. When you stay on a ship too long and you just eat meat all the time, you get fucking scurvy, right? And then they realize it's because you're not getting vitamin C if you don't consume plants. And then these other guys are always like, oh, there's meat that you can get vitamin C. Yeah, I looked it up, and guess what fucking meat has vitamin C? Organ meat has just as much as like the plants have of the shit like creatine or whatever the other shit. Like there's minuscule trace amounts in fucking organs. Like if you eat a liver or you eat brains, you'll get like 2% of the vitamin C you need. So it's like, obviously you're getting little trace amounts, but you're still going to be getting scurvy because you don't have enough. And then they always go, oh, but the Inuit. And I was like, yeah, I looked it up. Guess how the Inuit are surviving off meat? Turns out whale skin. Whale skin is loaded with fucking vitamin C. So I was like, okay, so unless you're devouring a fucking diet of whale skin, then you're going to be fucking not eating plants. Idiots. I shouldn't say idiots. Maybe they found some cure to something. I don't know, but... Okay, it feels like I'm not moving again. Is it just me, or is it taking for fucking ever to fly to the fucking planet that was right next to you? Man, fucking annoying. Right, so yeah, then they went on and talked about more video game stuff. What else was there? Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys ever watched Electric Playground, but they used to always like film by a dam. It's like this huge dam, water was rushing out, and what it was is it made a cool backdrop or whatever. And it was weird, I was wondering this too when I heard it on the news, that there were some people that happened to be sightseeing around a dam. And normally dams you're not supposed to go near, but they have like a schedule of when they're going to open and close them. So it's like when they're in that closed schedule, you're allowed to go look, and then you're supposed to leave once it fucking comes back or whatever. So they give people lots of warning and stuff. Well, I guess some sort of computer problem happened, or maybe a manual misfunction or an employee screw up. But they opened the dam at the wrong time, and they killed a bunch of tourists that were watching it. I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, and then Victor was like, yeah, that's the dam, Tommy, that we used to film in front of. Can you imagine if we were standing there filming and we would have got wiped out by the fucking water? I was like, holy fuck. That was pretty bad disaster. Now and then Tommy was talking a lot about Robin Williams and how he used to be super into video games. And why it was so sad that he had died. Like, he even named his daughter Zelda. I didn't know that. Well, I think I did know it and just forgot over the years. Yeah, that's my joy, or my dream. I'll have a son and name him Entropia. He'll hate me forever. He'll turn into the next McCormick. Oh boy. God, I hate episodes where I'm just in space, so I'm gonna pause this, guys, and we'll come back once we fucking land. I can't stand this. Alright, we're back. Yeah, so it was funny, like, Trump pretty much, like, defeated Biden in the debate. Just destroyed him at the end. Where Biden said he was gonna shut down the oil and gas economy. And Trump started listing off all the states that are actually completely dependent on it. So if they shut it down, they would all go bankrupt. So I was like, holy fuck, like a lot of people that vote for Biden are going to be voting for like, I don't know, 70% of the country to go bankrupt. But most people would think, well, that means for sure that Trump's going to win the election. I'm like, no. We're in the world of opposites right now. So I'm pretty sure when you get a leader that says he's going to destroy your whole country, he's probably the leader for like, that's why he's the favorite. Because we're in this self-destructive mode. We're like doing complete opposite what's good for ourselves. And the other thing too is the whole fracking situation. He started to say that fracking plants are like racist or something. Holy fuck. Goddamn stupid controls. Right, anyways. And he said, yeah, like he said a lot of black people live next to the fracking plants. And he's like, it's a fucking nightmare for them. And then Trump was like, a nightmare? Is it? He's like, that gives them a fucking really high paying job right next to their fucking house. A lot of them actually do live and work right next to it. So he's like, what would you rather them do? Have no jobs and be poor? Is that your plan, Biden? It's pretty funny. No, and isn't the fracking thing a disaster too? It's like, Rebel Media was talking about how great fracking is, and they showed this map of the fracking wells and how they're all over the US in specific locations. And they're like, oh, this is great because we can take money away from Russia, the Saudis, the fucking Qatar, Venezuela, and Rebel Media calls them terrorist countries, or Iran. And obviously it's because they're like a media organization for Israel, so anyone that Israel's at war with, they're going to say is really bad. I'm surprised they get away with slandering them like that, though, to call them all terrorist countries. Like, I don't know, they're always talking about using lawyers to sue people and shit. I was like, guys, you're fucking slandering people all the time. It's like, some people start taking you to court for fucking slander, right? So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Oh yeah, and then I was going to get on the fracking. Like, I don't know if anyone's been tracking my gravity well research shows, but I started to notice that the gravity wells show the patterns of how the planet forms. And if you're looking at the patterns of how the planet's forming, what do you see? But you see the earthquake hotspots. And what are they on but these giant, like, these lines, like, that are dividing the continents. And it's almost like the actual plate lines in a lot of cases, too. So, what Israel, or the guys that are so in favor of fracking, aren't telling you is the US is fracking out all the oil that lubricates the fucking earth crust plates. And they're even like, oh, we should start fracking it all out of California next. I'm like, are you fucking serious, right? Like, you know, like, having oil in the fucking, in the plates is what's preventing fucking giant earthquakes. So I'm like, sure, it's great for the economy and all, but can you imagine once the fucking plates all of a sudden have no oil left and they fucking grind together? Like, I don't know, if you grind it without oil, it's not really the greatest experience. Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, I was like, so I was looking at it, I'm like, we took all the fucking oil out of the New Madrid plate lines. And that's like one of the biggest earthquake zones in fucking North American history. And it's also where we have all the nuclear waste deposits built on top of. So once that thing goes, and we get the big earthquake, we're looking at fucking Fukushima times like 1,000 nuclear plants all along the east coast of the States. So I'm like, hopefully that never occurs in our lifetime, but man, we're fucking laying the foundation for a fucking, a disaster like mankind has never seen before. Like, can you imagine not only dealing with the earthquakes, and then the fucking earthquakes are going to be like 12 or 15 on the Richter scale because we took out all the oil. So it's going to fucking demolish every city right down to the ground, all the high rises, every building, not a single house will stand. And that includes the nuclear plants. So you're going to have meltdowns like over 1,000 reactors all at the same time. I was like, holy, that's going to be an adventure. I don't want to be too doom and gloom. Hopefully it's the next generation. It's like my dad working for the union. He's like, oh yeah, don't worry. We're only bankrupting the country for some future generation. I was like, yeah, my generation, you fuck. Now, I always love my parents, too. They're like, oh, don't worry. It's like, I'll leave you an inheritance. And I'm like, well, what happens if you live longer than me? It's like, actually, that's very common these days, right? So it's like, especially when you're fucking having bad health problems. Not like I'm gonna fucking live to 70 or something. Unless we get like some really good medical stuff. I shouldn't always be counting that I'm not gonna live long, but I try to anticipate the worst when it comes to that. Not that I'm planning to fucking live to 90 and then waste all my time planning for something that's never coming. I know a lot of girls experience that. I don't want to be in their boat. Right, so yeah, there was some good news and bad news. I was thinking, geez, man, anyone who is voting for Biden to destroy the country, in the long run, his plan probably is for the best, because maybe they could reverse that whole fucking taking out all the shale gas and fucking completely destroying the country and for the future generations. But hey, I kind of look at Trump's way as not the worst too, because really, why should we be preserving the Earth's resources for future generations when they'll probably just go into space and be able to get everything anyways? Maybe even get whole new planets. So what the fuck are we preserving everything for them for? If anything, they have it off way better than we do. Yeah, and plus too, it's like, do we want to go broke following Joe Biden's plan? Oh yeah, did you hear Joe Biden's plan for the lockdown? He plans on putting everyone in prison in their house until the virus is completely gone. I was like, holy shit, man, so what? And he was even saying it could be 2 years. So it's like, if you vote for Biden, you're voting to put yourself under house arrest for fucking 2 years or longer. Unless the virus just vanishes. Maybe then it wouldn't be so bad, but I don't know. I still look at the world scene. The only country countries that have managed to get rid of the virus are the ones that didn't lock down and wear masks. So we see herd immunity's fucking kicking the virus's ass, and every country that keeps doing the lockdowns and masks is getting raped by the fucking virus. So I don't know how long we're gonna keep bending over to get fucking raped before someone takes fucking control of our country and fucking grows a set of fucking balls. Man. Oh well. Maybe Trudeau is going to lead us to the paradise land. We just don't see it yet. It's coming. Now, I just like to say my views do not agree with the World Health Organization, even though officially they do, from their last stance on lockdown. So I don't even know why I have to keep fucking saying that stupidity. It's because of the Twilight Zone. Everything's the opposite of what it should be. Now, I don't know if playing Entropia for my birthday is going to be such a good idea. Because, man, when I craft that fucking Crafting Mania reward, get all near successes or jack shit from it, I'm probably going to have an ulcer. I'll fucking have like a heart attack right there. Yeah, did you ever hear the stories about Entropia where some players hit like all-time high Hall of Fames, and then all of a sudden after they got it, they never logged into their account again? And then people like, what happened? I was like, you know what probably happened? They fucking had a heart attack. It's like a senior hit like a fucking $10,000 Hall of Fame. Would have changed their life, so they ended up having a fucking heart attack. That's why they never fucking logged back in again to claim it. I wonder if Mindark knows that when they give out their Hall of Fames, like, oh, let's try to give it to someone 70 and over. I'm just kidding. Oh man, I'm so mean today. Today. Yeah, so it was nice getting some of my other packages worked. Oh, here we got an AI, finally. Hopefully I'm not stealing someone else's AI. If they are, I owe you guys one. Oh yeah, remember the girl in the red dress I was talking to? Oh yeah, that was off the air. Now, I met this one player in a red dress, and I was commenting how nice it looked, and then she was talking to me for a bit, and I gave her some information about... She said she likes to come and hunt the zombies on Rocktropia. I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's exactly where my shop is. So I told her about my shop, and she didn't even know about the AI mission, or she did, and she didn't bother doing it. So I was like, man, it's like... So it is true. You can do the AI mission just by killing AI that other players don't even care about. Some of them really do come just to kill the zombies. So then start spawning the AI, and you can just take the leftovers. The sloppy seconds. Yeah, I really need to start going out more. I don't know how worse this can get. Yeah, so I'm trying to decide how much money I should invest into Tommy's company to show him that I'm actually seriously supporting him. I was thinking maybe 1,000, but then I was like, man, if I gave him 10,000, wouldn't that blow his mind? It's like he would go from the person who was the most critical ever to maybe one of his biggest fucking, what is it called, investors. Because I asked a lot of the people that have been hyping up his video saying how great the Amico is, and none of them even invested. So it's like, well, obviously you guys don't think his system is going to be that good, or he would have invested in it, right? So he's got a lot of people that are pretending to like it, which is a little bit scary for him, I think. Alright, it seems like my uncle's almost ready, and I gotta do the fucking sponsor. Today's debate results were brought to you by Crunk. Crack! It'll fuck you up. Woo! Excuse me. Alright, so guys, I'm back on Rocktropia. If anyone wants to do some trading for stuff, let me know. I guess I'll go get the Mankini off the auction that didn't sell. Makes me so sad that I didn't sell the Mankini sooner. I could have sold them for 20 ped plus each. But that whole fucking censorship happened, and then when the censorship ended, now it's just completely screwed the item. It's worthless. Oh well. Maybe I'll save them for prizes for my podcast once I start actually getting super chats in and stuff. Then I'll be able to give out some shit. I just don't want to keep going broke. Yeah, let's check what other items they got for sale in the auction. Now, there was one women's clothing that was on the auction once, and I put a bid for it, but I didn't win it. I was like, man, I should have just bought it. It was like the only women's clothes I've ever seen for sale from Rocktropia. I've never seen it again since. The other thing I was hoping is maybe it was good that I didn't buy it because it was a piece of shit anyways. Let's hope. Oh man, someone put the recycle print on auction. I feel sorry for them. I bet you they'll get the minimum bid and someone will just fucking totally take advantage of the no one buying shit on Rocktropia. Or maybe someone will buy it and they'll be lucky. That's what I was hoping for last time and fucking plan backfired. Someone's selling the Sandrunner fuel cell print here. I figured that would be a bad plan because after I shared the secret, a lot of people will probably come in here and trying to get the Sandrunner fuel cell print and they forgot to buy it on Arcadia's trade terminal. So, oh, the vehicle print or the battery. That's one I need. No, there's this one guy. Oh, there's two of them. Well, I'll buy the real cheap one. Holy, 300 clicks for 10 ped? Yeah, I'll buy that. Now I know a player from Russia who buys these for like really high prices. So buying that, holy shit, that's good. I don't know, does anyone want to tell me where they get those? Is that looted from crafting, what is it called? The explosive projectiles? See, look at man, this guy put the vehicle battery print for a lot more. Because he knew the Russian guy would buy it. But usually the Russian guy doesn't check the Rocktropia auction. So that's why I'm able to buy it and resell it to him. It's kind of mean, but hey, I gotta make profit somewhere in the game, right? Yeah, it wasn't so bad. Managed to get some good deals on the auction. I used to collect the entire firewall set of armor, and then I started crafting some of them. They were kind of fun to make. Or no, it was the disco ones. I made a disco helmet, and I put it for really expensive in my shop, and someone bought it. I was like, shit, man, I should have kept crafting those. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go move my uncle soon. Don't you hate it when you talk to this guy? I don't know if Rocktropia can fix it. It shakes. It's like, it's not me being hammered, it's actually just the game. No, I'm still doing the Sober October thing. Where we're at, like... it says a week and 1 day, so that's 8. So I got 9 days to go. So we're under the 10-day mark. Which is a bit scary because I still got a lot of stuff I want to do. Still want to get under 200 pounds. Very close now. Might actually make the goal, I think. Got quite a few days to do it. But yeah, I was listening to an interview, a podcast with Joe Rogan and Matthew McConaughey. Man, his life story is kind of interesting. Kind of felt bad for him. It's like, it looks like he broke out in like fucking cold sores just before the interview, and he tried to put makeup on to cover it, but it didn't work so well. But no, I imagine he had quite the parties in his youth. He's married now. Yeah, Joe was asking him some questions about what it was like to work on different movies. That Contact movie, he talked to him about that a bit. And yeah, that was interesting. I really like that Contact movie. It's one of my favorite alien sci-fi movies. So, who is it? Him and Jodie Foster in it. And yeah, so that was pretty wild. And oh yeah, he was talking about how when he got started off in acting, one of his first roles, I guess, was on Dazed and Confused. It was a good movie when I was a teenager. Probably no one's heard of it anymore. But yeah, so he was talking that he was just an extra in that. And then as soon as he started, like, I forget, he wasn't an extra, but he only had like 1 or 2 lines. And they said after he did his 1 or 2 lines, they started changing the script to give him more and more lines because they liked him as a character or his acting abilities. Or probably some of the girls just had the hots for him. Or the guys too. Who are we kidding? Now, I almost got into the acting thing, tried it for Toronto for a while. It was neat. I almost had some, what do they call those? Interviews or whatever it is for actors again. Auditions, that's it. To be extras on, what was it, Earth Final Conflict. I think that was the show that was being filmed when I was doing the whole movie thing. But memorizing lines was a big thing of it, and then I'm like, holy fuck, this ain't really going to work for me because I can't memorize lines. So I really should have tried harder at the memorizing lines, but oh well. I probably didn't want to get into movies and TV anyways, because you see what happens to a lot of people. End up getting hooked on fucking drugs and getting STDs, but I don't know, that does have an upside to it. It sounds kind of fun. At least the process of getting the STD anyways. The aftermath, I don't know so much. I gotta stop making fun of diseases. I'm so getting a disease. Or I'll just die early without any diseases. And all the people with diseases can mock me. They'll be like, ah, you didn't even have a disease and you died young. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I've caught waterborne diseases without even realizing it. Alright, there's already people here taking the oil. Those sons of bitches. I'm just kidding. Cheers, mate. Enjoy the oil. I'll have to get back to the 1,000 bed crafting tricks and making hundreds of bed instead of picking up these barrels. Now I'm basically now just waiting on my next island stuff to sell, and if it doesn't sell, I'll be very sad. I'll have to go all the way back there and pick it up. Oh well, what can you do? Alright, let's make a nice screenshot. Get rid of this fucking map shit. Alright, since I was talking about movies a bit, let's do the hyperplex for a screenshot, eh? Now, sorry guys, I've been experimenting with some thumbnails and not bothering adding the text to it. See if people like it better or not. And I'm also lazy. I'm getting tired of making those thumbnails. What I need is to get high again, because then it gives me motivation to do really tedious tasks sometimes. Because I'd be like, oh, making these thumbnails is fun now. Alright, so yeah, let's wrap up the show. Sorry there wasn't too much action today. Just more bitching. Right, so yeah, if you want to help out, you can use Patreon, Society 6, Swagbucks, GameKit, Hideout, and Bitcoin. The virtual maid sex machine is on its way, apparently. It's in customs or whatever. I think it's probably the only thing that's going to keep me sane if we get locked in lockdown for who knows years or whatever's going on. I just hope I can bring it with me to the internment camps. Just kidding. I should joke, we're so going to end up in internment camps. Right, so yeah, it's the sex machine is for adults and men only, but if ladies need one, they know who to call. Yeah, I'm just joking, am I? No, I'm not really into the whole breaking the lockdown rule sex. I had to cancel my internet dating just because of that. I'm like, man, it's too tempting. All these babes are messaging me to do it. I'm like, come on. It's like, there's a lockdown here. I'm looking after my uncle. It's just not a good combination. As tempting as it sounds. Who knows? Maybe it's someone with big enough boobs. I'll be willing to take that risk. Alright, anyways, if you happen to get, let's see. If you happen to get some fracking oil in your vaporizer that Joe Biden plans to stop the country from using, it could prevent earthquakes, who knows. But anyways, yeah, if you get that in your vaporizer, it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. If it doesn't happen, you can help with a like, really appreciate it. See you guys, take care. Always make sure to listen to the authorities' rules for now. Well, forever, until we get them to fucking change the rules. Hopefully. Take care, see ya, have a good one. Oh yeah, just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor. It will ruin your life. Bye for now. Here's 3 things. Just make sure you vote. I don't care who. Later.